Right, External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar lashing out at Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Jaishankar has said political space is being given to extremists. The External Affairs Minister has said on the developments in Canada right now that Canada has developed a pattern of one, making allegations without providing specifics. Unacceptable that Indian diplomats have been put under surveillance. Political space is being given to extremists and the force in Canada, and this is while not directly mentioning with regard to the rampant, but he's saying that this is because even the space that has been given to extremism, what else do you expect? Let's listen in to the External Affairs Minister.
Has developed a pattern of making allegations without providing specifics. Secondly, when we look at Canada, for us, the fact that they're putting our diplomats under surveillance is something which is unacceptable. Third, the incidents which the gentleman there spoke about, and do look at the video. I think they would tell you, in a way, the political space today, which is being given to extremist forces there. So we believe in freedoms. We also believe freedom should not be misused. And have we had a talk about it? Exactly on the lines which I've spoken.
India Today's managing editor Gaurav Sawant is joining me this morning for the latest on that. Gaurav, that's a very strong, firm statement that is coming from the External Affairs Minister. But I also noticed that he very categorically also mentioned about the Indian diplomats also being put under surveillance and how the political space is being ceded. What do you make of, why do you think the minister has said what he said at this point?
You know, India has repeatedly sensitized Canada about the role of Khalistani elements. Correct. And repeatedly telling them that this is not freedom of expression. This is violence. This is arson. This is vandalism. And none of this is acceptable. And yet Canada tries to couch it as freedom of expression and saying that this is just a separatist movement and not a terrorist movement, despite evidence given by India. Look at facts. Canada has developed a pattern of making allegations without providing specifics. That's specifically in the case of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Canada's allegations with no evidence provided to India. Unacceptable that Indian diplomats are put under surveillance and harassed and by these Khalistani elements. So the Canadian establishment taps their mobile phones, their landline phones, their conversations, tracks them, which is against norms of diplomacy. Third, political space given to extremist forces in Canada, whether it's Hardeep Singh, whether it's Jagmeet Singh or several others, including Sajjan Singh, who all became ministers of powerful political leaders or NDP leaders. You also know that Sergeant Hardeep Soi of the Peel Police, who was a part of the protesters. Imagine, by day he's a sergeant in the Peel Police, and by night he's a Khalistani separatist, God forbid, an extremist. That's a cause for concern, and that is what India is repeatedly sensitizing Canada about. But Justin Trudeau administration refuses to take action against such elements, calling them separatists and not terrorists that they actually are.
Gaurav, thank you very much for that. And again, reflection of how two countries also are facing a showdown because the government is not able in Canada to even acknowledge the pro-Khalistan gangs and groups who have indulged in violence.